Woke up in bed alone, laid there to check my phone. It's wrong, I know. Inside the world moves slow, we're too blind to see it go. We wait to grow with nothing to show us. To move on, let's be friends. Believe in love, let rest would stand. Think of the things they say, words play inside my head. You don't belong. Can't wear my favorite dress, men can't be loved by men. Judged for the way we sing, people die for the color of their skin. Women can't be seen at all, I'm waiting for the world to fall. It's wrong, I know, got nothing to show us. To move on, let's be friends. Believe in love, let rest would stand. To move on, let's be friends. Believe in love, let rest would stand. Say what you mean if you want to be seen, but just please don't believe you can be who you see inside. To move on, let's be friends. Believe in love, let rest what's dead. Oh, please don't believe you can be who you see. Oh, just please don't believe you can be who you see inside. I'm finding all these people deep down in the dirt, shouting all the toxic things, the scum of the earth. They say they could take you on a real quick ride, but you should take your time. When you're going down, when you're going down, when you're going down, ruin your life with a smile. of your skull. Raving man without an ounce of pride, but you should take your time when you're going down. When you're going down. When you're going down, and your life with a smile.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. This is Shockoe Sessions Live. It's a weekly live video streaming concert series promoting Richmond's vibrant music scene and rejuvenating your soul with live music from the comfort of your own home. Hello, my lovely music lovers. Welcome back. We are back on our regular night and time, Tuesday, 7:30. I hope everybody enjoyed our special riff episode last week. That was unbelievable with the performances from Stone and Snow from Illinois and Perfect Mark from New York by way of Italy. That was just an incredible show. So thank you to everybody who pulled that together. There were a lot of moving parts, to say the least, but we pulled it off without a hitch, and we got another riff in the books. But tonight, we want to thank you for allowing us to entertain you in your home. We say snuggle up with a loved one, with your pet, with your beverage of choice, whatever order you want that to be in, and let us entertain you tonight. I am Reese Williams. Well, I'm always Reese Williams, but tonight we are broadcasting live from in your ears. We'll say rockin' Studio A, because tonight's guest, Whew, we like to say he melts your face off. That's kind of how we like to say it. This is Prabir. Again, Prabir's evolution was catalyzed by music, uprooted from his childhood home and transplanted to Richmond, Virginia. We're glad the transplant took. He fell in love with the guitar-driven sounds of the FM radio. Western music helped acclimate him to Western ideals. It helped him understand his new world. Decades later, he remains a man caught between cultures, proudly based in Richmond, where Haanji was recorded at Virginia Moonwalker Studio. That was an album that came out last year. And using the same soundboard that was once owned by iconic local venue, the Flood Zone. But he's yet still devoted to the family members and customs of his native India, too. And I can tell you, he is one of the most giving, community-based people that you will meet here in Richmond. He always says yes, which is Haanji in Hindi. He always says yes, and he was gracious enough to come play for us tonight. Tonight, it's Prabir.
I had a good thing going back when they still called it Bombay. I was walking around like Amitabh Bachchan in 1988. I was a good young student. I said, Haanji, acha, okay. I did as I was told, I did obey. And one day Ma and Pa told me, son, we're off to go live far. You should say goodbye to all those you are grateful for. So I said my goodbyes. We packed our bags to fly. I landed a little later at JFK, where no one knew how to talk. I saw my first Mohawk, and I knew I had landed in America.
Well, this is a big treat for me. So last year we had a great interview for the podcast. You know, this room sounds great. And then when it came time for your show, I was out of town. I was on the West Coast, so I didn't get to see you perform. Now, I've seen you in Richmond perform in the last year, a bunch for sure. But now I get my nice, intimate environment, and I get to some follow-up questions from the podcast because, of course, they still apply. Haanji came out last year. How'd it go?
Great, did really well.
It is such a beautiful album.
Thanks.
The band is awesome. That was with the trio.
The trio.
Who else is in the trio?
Well, on that record, we had Kelly Strawbridge on drums, Kanika Cook on vocals, and Russell Lacey on bass. And I did all the Indian instruments and guitar and singing. And we had our buddy Rich Stein, local musical hero here, a good friend of ours. He mixed it, and I had my good Indian artist friend Ruchi Gupta make the album cover. Also, Indian mastering engineer Sam Kumar in San Diego mastered it, and Shil Patel did all the kind of promos and everything. Tried to keep it in the Indian family as much as I could,
Yeah, one of the things we talked about during the podcast was just how prolific you are in social media, but how sincere it feels. You post, it just appears that you're taking us on the journey of whatever you're doing. When it was packaging up the albums to send them out, the Light Up for Love kits, just all these cool things. Your mom cooking, there were so many cool things.
Gotta hang with mom.
I know, she looks like the sweetest. So how did the second album come about? Had you already had a little material for it last year, or is this all brand new since last year?
Yeah, so I don't know how it works for everybody, and I'm sure it works differently for everybody, just like everything else. But I kind of compiled Haanji over the course of about 2 years and change, writing specifically with Kelly and Russell tremendously on all that stuff. This second thing, the second album for the trio that is being worked on, which is what I'm only gonna play new songs, I think, now from here on out, which are gonna be all for the new record, which I'm kind of tentatively calling Long After the Empire. It's a journey. It's kind of my relationship with India. whereas the first album was kind of my relationship of being an immigrant to, being an Indian immigrant coming to the U.S. Is kind of what Haanji encapsulates. This particular set of songs were all written in India, and most all of them were written in 2019. Their stems and seeds were formed while I was traveling around India in 2019, and I haven't been home since because of the pandemic, So the songs helped kind of keep me connected so I could work on something over the pandemic, and then also just some other things that happened along the way. And so yeah, these are all songs about places in India that I've had a relationship with. And it's fun to share it with Kelly and Kanika. We were working on harmonies and vocals a couple of weeks ago. And it's great because they're singing Gujarati and Hindi lyrics for the first time ever, and sounding beautiful doing so.
Right on.
And I've played a couple of these tunes for some Indian friends of mine who were very excited that there is something for them to sing along to in English and Hindi and Gujarati and all that. So, yeah, I think the next record is more just like sharing those experiences, those specific places, and those moments that kind of happen when you're there, I guess.
I'm glad they've been germinating for a while.
Yeah.
Stems and seeds.
Yeah. Reese will be here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you have for us next?
I don't really have a plan, so
Okay.
Why don't we just go with something?
Sure.
I don't know how that decision is made, whether it's democratic or...
Toss a coin. I just point. Whoever gets pointed at, that's it.
Oh, sounds good.
We could do not it.
We got, there's basically, the songs break into two big categories. There's the people and places category, and then there's the esoteric category, I think there's enough songs in both categories to where we could probably go back and forth. Should we start esoteric, or should we start with people and places?
Let's go esoteric. I hear the audience say esoteric.
Esoteric,
Yeah.
all right, I like that. All right, esoteric it is. This is a song about the Holy Trinity in India. We have many stories and songs about the Holy Trinity here in the U.S. But this ain't about that one. This is about the Hindu one. It's called Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So it goes like this. It's a gospel tune. Hope you like it. This one's for all the believers in Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva, who know there's no such thing as wrong and right, and know that they're with us day and night. Oh, we need you, Brahma. Yes, Brahma, we need you. We need you to get this party started. Yeah, Brahma, we need you. Yes, we need you, Brahma. We need you to get this party started. I will say Namaste. You will say Namaste, Namaste. Oh, we need you, Vishnu. Now, Vishnu, we need you to keep this party moving. Yeah, we need you, Vishnu. Now, Vishnu, we need you to keep this party moving. I will say Namaste. You will say Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Yes, we need you, Shiva, Lord Shiva, we need you to end this here party. Yes, we need you, Shiva. Lord Shiva, we need you. We need you to end this here party. I will say namaste. You will say namaste, namaste, namaste. All this was for all the believers in Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva, who know there's no such thing as wrong and right, and know that they're with us day and night.
You got me. I clapped too early. So I was saying in your introduction that you are also one of the most giving and community-based people that I have certainly ever met. And as you're going to play a song from the People and Places bucket, what organizations are you working with right now that you want to bring some light to and tell us about? Because I know you're such a great spokesperson for things you believe in.
Gosh, there's so many good things happening in the world. Mm-hmm. I think Gallery 5 is what I'd love to give a shout out to. Mm-hmm. It's an arts venue in Jackson Ward, community run, nonprofit board led. Lots of hard work goes into keeping it alive so that the Richmond's arts community can come use it to express themselves, freely, and many times freely. Like the shows are all free. We cover a lot of the cost to make things happen there. So it's truly a space for the community. Any support for that always goes a long way and is paid tenfold to many other people. So, a $100 donation may be like $100, but it's a few months of posters, So, if anyone's interested in making a contribution, I'm a volunteer there. I love working with all the people there. I've been doing it for a long time, and a lot of great people are involved with it. And I think it's one of those organizations that has kind of helped change the direction of Richmond's cultural landscape for almost 2 decades now. So, gallery5arts.org.
I agree. One of our favorite bands has a residency there on Friday. Sweet Potatoes.
Gotta have a residency with the Sweet Potatoes.
We love them so much. They're
like
incredible.
To yam,
They like to yam. Yeah, Raina and Johnny and Stefan. We absolutely love them. So.
Brian, great people.
And Brian, that's
right.
That's
They're
right.
all great.
Yeah, when they've played here, I think it was just the 3 of them. But yes, it's all 4 of them there.
Cool, yeah.
It's such a great group. And then sometimes you have burlesque shows. You have just art shows, art on the wall shows. I mean,
all kinds of stuff.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Yeah.
We dig
if you can create it, we will display it. If it fits physically in the space, yeah, sure. So I guess we should do something.
Please.
Some other tune about a place. Okay, cool. We'll do Viramgam. This is a song called Viramgam. Here's a little ditty about Viramgam. It's an hour outside of my hometown. Viramgam. I wrote this song for my mom's sister who passed. He's the only person that we knew who passed in that COVID ward in India over the year 2020, the end of 2020. And we physically couldn't go to India, so I felt just awful for Mom because her sister, was so far away and in failing health, and we knew it was inevitable. So, anyway. We Zoomed a lot in those days. It was hard to, communicate the way you need when somebody is needing it in that emotional support kind of way. But I can't do that anyway, but I can write songs. So I wrote a song for my mom, I guess, kind of. It's about Viramgam, which is the town that her sister's from. And we used to visit it as a kid. And it's one of those places that's like little and away from everything. And it's a crazy place. So check it out. Everybody knows a place that's stuck in time and nowhere feels as strange as a place you left behind. Viramgam, Viramgam. Here's a little ditty about Viramgam, an hour outside of my hometown. Viramgam, Viramgam, Viramgam. I can't say much about Viramgam. A quiet life surrounded by farm. Viramgam. Yeah, and everybody knows a place that's stuck in time, and nowhere feels as strange as a place you left behind. Viramgam, Viramgam. Busy by day, but by night it's calm. Some comfort, love, animosithyakam in Viramgam. Viramgam, far from harm. There's no need to freak or cause the alarm. Ain't no one there trying to do no harm in Viramgam. Yeah, and everybody knows a place that's stuck in time, and nowhere feels as strange as a place you left behind. Viramgam, Viramgam. I got no need to go there, so I put it in a song. Had an auntie and uncle there, but now they're both gone. Viramgam. Yeah, everybody knows a place that's stuck in time, and nowhere feels as strange as a place you left behind. And you put it in the corner of your mind. Yeah, you left it all behind. Viramgam.
That is a lovely, lovely way to honor your family. That's beautiful. That was a lovely idea. And speaking of family, your band here is your family. Tell us about your other bandmates and the other projects they have going, because I know everybody does their own thing. I know Kaneko was just on Friday Cheers.
Yep,
I know there's
Kaneko just played Browns Island.
Yeah,
Awesome.
incredible.
Kelly plays in a lot of bands. Kelly has an awesome jazz night coming up at Gallery 5, actually, the Kelly Strawbridge Jazz Trio. We'll be at the gallery. I'll be doing this.
It's fun when you're not on, isn't it? When you actually just get to enjoy yourself as a patron.
Yeah, yeah. Or just do drugs, and it feels the same either way. Great, yeah. You never know where you are. It's awesome. Yeah, and Russell, of course, is recording a lot of things at Virginia Moonwalker still, and he has his own album coming out, and he has been, a seminal part of the trio. And I wish him the best of luck with his record. He's putting that out. He's left us to put time into that. He's kind of like cut out all of his projects to focus on that, and I think it's the right move for him. He's got some killer tunes. Our buddy Jeremy Flax is on bass now and is working on all the new tunes with us and has been playing with us for, I think, since like November or something. So it's been a while, and Jeremy's an old friend and great musician. So it's nice to have everybody in the fam, working on things and doing cool stuff. Jeremy also plays with me in Full Moon Fever sometimes.
I love that band.
The musical family, grows and grows and grows.
I actually should have. I have a T-shirt that says "Oh my, oh hell yes." I almost wore that one for you.
Yeah, it's all good.
I think that's always such a beautiful thing when musicians support their fellow musicians when they want to do independent projects or move on. It's just such a great thing to say, "Hey, we enjoyed our time, but you got to do what you got to do."
Got to do what you got to do.
It's a beautiful thing.
This is true. Should we get back to the esoteric?
Please. It's like the volleyball match or the ping pong match. Yeah.
I should have all of the songs memorized, but I don't.
I have a set list.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, cool. All right. This is called the prayer song. And it's a prayer. In India, you'll hear a lot of people say Jaya Ho, J-A-I, Jaya, which is to kind of wish someone to. So it's 3 letters. It's just 3 J-A-I, 3 letters, but it means so much. It is wishing someone a prosperous journey ahead. 3 letters, So Jaya. So giving a lot of blessings in this song. Hope you like it. Jai Vayu, Jai Pani, Jai Haridwar. Jai Richmond, Jai Virginia, Jai America. And here we are, fast asleep. Will we wake up to love? Jay Sagan, Jay Henson, Jerry Thigh. Jay Kelly, Jay Jeremy, Jay Kanika. And all I'm here to say is I wish you well. And all I'm here to say is that I wish you well. But here we are, fast asleep. Will we wake up to
Prabir wishing everyone well in all that they do.
Gotta. No more time for hate people.
We'll take a moment to promote another organization. Let me ask our audience, are you looking for fun ways to learn about Richmond's creative music scene? Are you a musician that loves our local music community and wants to share your talents with the globe? Then you need to check out Here RVA. They are dear, dear friends of ours. They've got quizzes that provide you with personal playlists. They've made playlists based on neighborhoods in Richmond, which is super cool. They have animated interviews. They have their own podcast called Liner Notes and a live podcast called J-Chat. They've got resources to help bring music fans and musicians together because Richmond has a dope soundtrack. So they say, listen local, make it global. Visit hearrva.com, HEARRVA.com. Super nice folks. They're always out at events promoting things and just doing good things in the music community, bringing people together. They're putting together an event that's going to happen in August. We'll have more details about that soon. Yes, they want to have vendor tables and musicians and just bring all the like-minded music people together. So please visit Here RVA because they're right-ass folks and we like them.
Super wonderful people.
They are.
They put our song on a playlist a couple of weeks ago. It's very nice of them.
They are dear.
Absolutely. I think we're back to places, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yes. That one was esoteric. Yes, yes, yes.
It's weird to go from the conceptual to the physical. You get in this place where you're like, oh, wishing well wishes for everybody, and now you're like, oh yeah, a river. Let's sing about it. This song's called the Sabarmati River. It's the river that I was born near in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and this song's a loose, like kind of assortment of my relationships to bodies of water because I can't think of what else would be a better topic, you know. So here's some songs, or here's some places in one song. This is called Sabarmati River. Hope you like it. Hare Hare Om, Hare Hare Diva, Hare 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 Shanti. Hare 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 Diva, Hare 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 Shanti. I was born by the Sabarmati River, wound up here and put my feet in the James. Went from feeling heat to feeling shivers. I've been trying to feel everything between these days. So chalo, chalo, abhi jaldi feel. There isn't that much time, you see, and there's still so much more to feel. Hare Hare Diva, Hare 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 Shanti. I was soaking in the warm Arabian Sea, somewhere off the coast of Goa. I looked into the sun, and the sun looked into me, and taught me everything there was to know. So chalo, chalo, abhi jaldi thi. There isn't that much time, you see, and there's still so much more to feel and learn and love and know. Hare 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 Shanti. Hare Hare oh. Hare Hare Diva. Hare 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 Shanti. Hare Hare oh. Hare Hare Diva. Hare 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 Shanti. The Sabarmati River.
That was beautiful. I love that one. I love that
River
one.
runs through Ahmedabad.
I
and
love
it's,
it.
It's the banks of the Sabarmati River in Ahmedabad is where Mahatma Gandhi put his ashram and launched his gentle takeover of his mother country against the British without raising a fist.
That's right, just peace. So when we spoke last year on the podcast, I like to ask a lot of my guests what their first piece of music was and what format it was on. And you, sir, have by far, till this day, the most interesting story I have ever heard. And I would absolutely love for you to share with our viewers. What was your first piece of music and what format was it on?
So the spaceship came down. I moved to the States in the late 80s. And we didn't have a lot, like the family moved here, and I don't know if you keep up with economic differences between other countries, but India is not economically as, or certainly in the late 80s was not anywhere near the U.S. So we moved here, and we lived in kind of less than safe conditions, and not because of anything other than that we didn't know what we were doing, and it takes a little while to adjust to living in a different country. And my parents did the greatest job ever of like taking care of us as if we were, as if my brother and I were the most fragile and precious feather ever existed on Earth, being sheltered in a literal monsoon of uncertainty. And my parents graciously sacrificed everything to get us there. And one of the things they did is they made sure we got gifts. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you still got to give gifts to your kids. And my parents bought us. I was getting into music, and entire systems of. I'm sure you all are familiar with the big rack with the record player and the CD player and the tape player and the big speakers. Yeah, we couldn't. There's that. We weren't going to buy that. There was no way that was going to be bought. So my parents bought a cassette player that had a dog on it, and whenever anything played on it, the dog's mouth would move. It was one of those things that was the highest fidelity that we could afford at the time. And so I got a Beach Boys tape because it was $1. That was the other reason why we could afford that combo, was that dog tape player and the Beach Boys tape. But I put it in, and I saw that dog, open its mouth to every Beach Boys early hit you could get up to, and that was kind of my introduction to music at a structural capacity, because you listen to it over and over, and then you realize this is the thing that repeats. AKA the chorus. You might not know these things as a 9-year-old who doesn't know anything about American music or Western pop music or structure of pop songs. We coming from classical raga and Bollywood, it's very different to hear, Motley Crue, for example. So, the Beach Boys, I memorized that, immediately. And pretty soon we were making cardboard guitars with rubber bands as guitar strings, and it was time, and that was it. Those are that was the instrument available. That was the record player available. But that was enough to make the hook sink in permanently. And to this day, actually, I don't like the concept of buying a lot of stuff for music. I've played for a long time now, and this has been my guitar since I was 15 years old. It's had the living fuck beat out of it, you know. It's been dropped on every surface imaginable, every axis thrown at me. It's been through everything. I've painted little stitches on it and a heart on it because it's just, I can't live without it. This guitar was given to me as a present by my friends when I was 15, and for all intents and purposes, it is a shitty guitar. And I've had so many of my friends be like, bro, it's time to upgrade. And I'm like, bro, it's time to check your fucking privilege. Like, this is my guitar. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to play. So I still treasure all those early things that I have. And I think it set me up to where I think, you know, if you can listen to a good song on a poor quality cassette and a less than ideal stereo system and still know it's a good song, then you might learn something that all those people with nice record players may not ever learn. So yeah, that was my intro into music, into Western music specifically. And then, you know, my cousins helped me discover things like Aerosmith and R.E.M. and the Beatles and all that stuff, you know. But yeah, that tape player and that Beach Boys cassette definitely is the first time ever in my life that I had, you know, decided that something is going to stick around forever, and that was rock and roll.
That is definitely, like I said, a year's worth of podcasts, and that is my favorite answer till this day, and probably always will be. I love it. And I'm so grateful you are nostalgic, and you hang on to your instruments and those things that you love.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's fun. We at places?
I think so. The cameraman.
No,
yes.
we just did places. We just did the river, right? Yeah.
The river from the...
We just did the river, folks. Sabarmati River, it's a place. All right, let's go back to esoteric. I wrote this song while in India because I was thinking, I don't know if you've ever been to India or not, but there's a disparity that is very visible everywhere you go between old and new, wealthy and poor. It's a very contrasting kind of place. It's beautiful. They all coexist pretty well together, which is something that I wonder if we'll ever do here. But this particular tune I wrote because you see a lot of temples and you see churches and synagogues in India, and then you come back here and you see churches and mosques. You see all the houses of worship, you know. God clearly is important to everybody. So I wrote a song called God's Song. And in this song, what I did is, far be it for me to say what God knows. I am but a fucking petty mortal who, you know, barely makes it places on time. But I put myself in the craziest position ever, is I thought, like, what would God think if, for some reason, there was an opportunity to visit Earth right now? Check in on how things are going all over the world. All right, cool, let's do that. So here's a song called God's Song. It's about G.O.D. coming back to hang out with us for a little bit. It's not meant to offend anyone, but it definitely has. Hope it doesn't offend anyone here. It goes like this. Went walking down the street one day, and he said, I haven't been here in a minute. He looked at all the things that seemed familiar, and he looked at some things that didn't. He looked at the birds in the trees, he looked at the birds in the sky, he looked at the polyethylene just sitting there all piled up high. He said, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. I don't. Yes, God walked into a conference room at the headquarters of a corporate office. He caught a whiff of all the hierarchy, and he muttered to himself, what the fuck is all this? He looked at the skirts and the boots, the custom-made Italian suits. They'll do anything to make their wallets thrive, while their workers struggle for the rest of their lives. He said, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. No, I don't remember making that. I don't. And God spent some time on the internet, and he saw some things that he would not soon forget, like grandmothers doing things that grandmothers shouldn't do, and people saying things that are completely untrue. And after all this time, they're still just stuck with red and blue. And once they get your face, baby, they got the rest of you. I don't remember making that. No, 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 I don't remember making that. Thank you. That's a joke.
That was all I could do not to laugh into the microphone. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Oh, yes, I think he or she may be very shocked if he or she came down and saw how he had spun things so far.
Some things are still worth keeping.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Birds
Plenty.
in the trees.
Plenty. I think that was like in the first line, right?
Something. And then when you get to all the other stuff, yeah, that's where we are now. It is where we are, so sure.
So when I talked to you last year, of course, everybody was talking about the pandemic. We're slowly, creeping out of that. So besides the new album, what is it like being out in public again, feeling that feeling on stage, and really just feeling like gigs are being offered, you can accept, you can, take our invitation last minute. How does that feel this year?
Great.
Yeah. You thrive on this.
It's great. It was so needed for everything to stop. I don't mean for the pandemic. I mean for our unchecked inertia as a runaway civilization. I felt like it was okay to get checked by nature. But I'm glad to be able to be with you tonight.
So
absolutely.
Are we.
And I'm hoping that everybody is, going to safely move forward with lessons learned, and every rock we slip on sucks, but the rock doesn't suck. It's our traversing it that made the slip up happen. So, yeah, I think we'll hopefully be okay.
Perspective, Prabir. Perspective. Or Prabir's perspective.
So where do we go from? Oh my gosh! Okay, I think we're back to places here. Huh?
All right.
All right. Cool.
Locales, destinations.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I should reach out to the Indian Board of Tourism and be like, "Listen, man, I'm singing about some cities that no one ever goes to. You might want to." I don't know, you might want to get me a free Mutterpreneur or something.
Those tourism videos you're always looking for music for?
All right, I would like to play for you. All right, this is a song that I've worked on more than any other song I've ever written. I think it's done. It might not be. We'll see. It's about a place called Rishikesh, which is in northern India. It's a small town, again. If y'all are into the White Album by the Beatles, it was written in Rishikesh when they did their ashram visit. It's considered the spiritual epicenter of the universe because it's supposedly the birthplace of yoga and meditation and all that. Who knows? It could have been Haridwar, 20 miles over. But Rishikesh branded it first. So the song's about Rishikesh. If you've never been, you should go. It's chaotic. It's beautiful. It's a city that's on two sides of one river, much like our city here. The river is the Ganges River. That's where it opens up for the first time at the foothills of the Himalayas. It's a beautiful location. This song is about walking around at night on a bridge in Rishikesh many years ago. And being very appreciative for that opportunity to do so. Here you go. Rishikesh, I love you, 'cause you always bring me down. You celebrate my pleasures and you celebrate my doubts. Crossing the Ramjula in the middle of the night, I wait for you to give me all I can take. We live, we learn, we pass, and then we are no longer bound. And the rest we sing about at an arthi at sundown. Crossing the Ramjula in the middle of the night, I wait for you to give me all I can take. If you won't look, then you'll never find a moment that could open your mind. You struggle and you worry and you'll hide until it's your time. You always bring me down. Rishikesh, I love you, 'cause you always bring me down. Crossing the Ramjula, it's never too soon, it's never too late for you to give me all I can take. If you won't look, then you'll never find a moment that could open your mind. You struggle and you worry and you'll hide until it's your time. Oh, Rishikesh, oh, Rishikesh, Rishikesh. Jai Jagadish Hare. Thank you.
Prabir, that was beautiful.
Rishikesh.
That one was musically just beautiful.
Thanks. Glad you like it.
I like that one. That was gorgeous.
It's a tricky one to play on electric, but working on it. Making some moves.
You've got those nimble digits, huh?
I don't know about all that. How are we doing on time?
You know, I think you have one more on the list, and we're good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
New places.
We filled it out perfectly.
I don't think I can sing this one, but I'm going to try it. Like I tried it earlier.
There might have been a couple croaks, but that's all right. You're amongst friends.
Okay, yeah. Let me get a... Oh, it's disappeared. Oh, there it is. All right, this will be the last tune.
Okay.
I'll take a swig of alcohol before I sing it because it's about alcohol. This song is called You Can't Drink in Ahmedabad. That's my hometown. That's where I was born. We're just practicing prohibition. You can't drink in Ahmedabad. True story. However, if you're traveling from a nation or territory that allows alcohol, you can drink in Ahmedabad, which creates a big problem between the locals and the tourists. And specifically with me, it creates a funny situation where me being a U.S. citizen, visiting my family in Ahmedabad, at the Ahmedabad airport when you land, they ask you, do you need a permit to drink? And so I usually say yes, right? And sometimes I don't because I might go somewhere else after Ahmedabad where alcohol is available, like Mumbai, New Delhi, whatever. Anyway, so when I'm in Ahmedabad, my whole family arrives to greet me at the airport, and they do this little blessing, and it seems so like wonderful. Then you realize they're all there because they're all like, make sure you count all of us in your permit. So like they're come to greet me, but really it's not. Really it's just to get that fucking permit signed. That's all it is, Anyway, you can't drink in Ahmedabad. You can do a lot of other things, but you can't drink in Ahmedabad. So I wrote a song about how you can't drink in Ahmedabad and how my family handles it. Lighthearted number to go out on. And thank you for having me again.
Well,
it's always a wonderful pleasure to be here. Thank you for the staff for working on a weekday evening when y'all could be having drinks with me at Bamboo Cafe instead. Or yourselves. And thanks for listening audience here. You guys are wonderful. I'm just going to keep playing here, and then we'll call it a set, and we'll go to set Bamboo. All right.
Party at the Boo.
If any of my family members are watching this, you know who you are. This one's for you. Not the song. I mean this sip. I'll be back to India soon. And we'll sign all the permits upon my landing. Here we go. On the other side of the world, far away from here, the sun shines over Ahmedabad and the songs filled the mandir, where Gandhiji stood up to the man with a conscience so clear. Yeah, Ahmedabad, that's my home, I was born here. Now my flight arrives at night, I see city lights and Ahmedabad appears. Still knocks me off my feet after all these years. And everybody's waiting just to see that I've arrived, and to bless my eternal soul, and to get my permit signed. So why don't we find somebody to help celebrate tonight. I'll buy us some gin, a few kingfishers, and I'll buy a bottle of wine. I've got my papers in order, and while I'm in Gujarat's border, I've got some rupees I can spend on the side. So why don't we find somebody to help celebrate tonight? You can buy a house, you can burn it to the ground, but you can't buy me a drink, but I can buy you another round. Ooh, you got some gin and tonic, you tucked it away, you locked it. Is it safe in your cupboard? Can God not see through your closet? Every woman, every man, wearing saris, jeans, and turbans. You can wear what you want, but you can't buy me no bourbon. You can stand for your flag, you can die for your land, but you can't buy me a drink. But brother, for you, yes I can. Like for my brothers and sisters, for my nephews and nieces, for my aunties and uncles, each year the list just increases. So why don't we find somebody to help celebrate the night? I'll buy us some gin, a few kingfishers, and I'll buy a bottle of wine. I've got my papers in order, and while I'm in Gujarat's border, I've got some rupees I can spend on the side. So why don't we find somebody to help celebrate the night tonight?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Where can people go for more information to follow you? How can we find out what you're doing and what you're up to?
If you're an internet person, go to hiprabir.com, like Hyperbir, HIPRABIR.com. On social, it's Prabir RVA. Find me anywhere on the internet. Specific places I would encourage you to find me in real life as well. Next gig is going to be July 30th at Gallery 5. The Prabir Trio is putting out a live EP. 3 tunes. One of them I played for you tonight. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, but done with the full band.
Beautiful.
And a couple other tunes. So we're going to be releasing that on July 30th at Gallery 5 with Ricky Racky and Mia Culpa joining us. So a lot of good music that night, and that's the next chance to catch the trio. So come hang out. It'll be a lot of fun.
You are amazing. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, y'all.
So much fun. So much fun. That is our show, of course. We want to thank Prabir for being here. Oh my gosh, he is so much fun. We want to thank, we have an in-studio audience tonight. Quentin Jones came by. We're so happy to see him. Charlie's Megan and Andrew are here. We've got some family. Our new friend Janelle is here. We've got our neighbors Robert and Esther. We've got Ben, Dee, Morgan, good friends of the studio. We had a full little house in there tonight. That is lovely. And of course, we've got to thank everybody behind the scenes for making the magic happen. Carlos, Andrea, Paul, Eric, Billy, Charlie, Dave, Julian tonight, Fiona and Anna stepped in to help out. Thank you so much on camera. And of course, we want to thank you for doing your part, for hitting the subscribe button, for sharing all of our social posts. Be sure to share and follow all of our channels. We have In Your Ear, Shockoe Sessions Live, This Room Sounds Great. Find us all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff on the interwebs. We're there. We're there. And we're back next week, our same night and time, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. with Kaz. And then the following week is our 100th show anniversary. So that is going to be a huge blowout with No BS Brass Band. That is the 28th, I believe. So please tune in for that one. Lots of fun stuff in store. But please follow us on social, do all the good stuff. And that's a wrap. Thank you.